Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I have a fantastic, wonderful message for you, coming to you live from station WEBM. That's wonderful, Eddie B. Marcus, operating smack down from the top of the sky, right to wherever you are. And I got such a message of love and truth that I'm sending, flowing to you. And I hope it just goes all over you, like the blood that flows through your veins. And when it's all said and done, I hope you will like, comment, or subscribe. The message that I have for you today is a fantastic message. I'm sure that every last one of you will have some interest in it. So I ask you to be a little reserved and check it out. What I'd like to share with you is this. Well, my subject is this. I'll tell you my subject later. What I really want to introduce to you is how the dictator state is created. Let me say that again. How the dictator state is created. First of all, you need a bully. You need someone that is totally into themselves, believe in themselves, and have no good intentions for anybody but themselves. Understanding that in order to be successful in this matter, you're going to need some support. But you need this dictator spirit, this bully spirit. Now, having this bully spirit, you need to identify within a society all of the haters, the people who are just haters, who are dissatisfied with everything, and they hate. You have to identify them and find some way to agree with them on some issues or a specific issue. You got to do that. The bully got to be the bully. You got to find your haters, and you got to find some way to connect with your bullies. Now, after you've identified that, you got to lie. Every time you open your mouth, you got to lie about any and everything. The lying keeps people confused. The lying keeps people confused. Now, what do you have to do next? You must believe, the dictator spirit must believe, that the humans are nothing but cattle. Just like when you go out in the farm country, you see cattle scattered across the field. You see sheep perhaps scattered across the field. You see horses scattered across the field. You see deers as you drive along someplace scattered across the field. You got to believe that human beings are just like that. And they will believe anything except the truth. They will not believe the truth if their life depended on it. Why? Because they very seldom hear the truth. And now you got a complete liar that's really got them confused. You need something else. You need a media source. Someone that is constantly keeping the lies and this bully before the people. Keeping it relevant. Constant lies. Constant bullying. Right before the people. To make it relevant. Now what happens? In the opposition, the most that they do is complain. They complain. They identify the lies. But no one is listening. Because they have nothing to offer. They're not offering anything. Their hope is that you will get fed up with the lying, that you will accept that these who are exposing the lies are better for you, and that the next time you get a chance to make a choice between this group or the ones who's been informing you, that you will choose them. But they have nothing to offer, but this is their hope, that you will do that. And the truth of the matter is, without them having anything to offer, you will not do that. So you will continue doing what you're doing, and before you know it, you will have a North Korea or Russia right here in the United States of America. That's how it works. And if any of you think I'm lying or you disagree with me, just study what has happened with Donald Trump since he's been in office. Just study it. But now I don't want to leave you with that, telling you how the dictator state is created. I want to give you something positive. I want to propose to you how to defeat this dictator state. And I say to you, let us, you and I and all of us who say we are truly about change, not just complaining, let us bring a little heaven to the United States of America. Let us bring a little heaven to the United States of America. And when I speak about heaven, a little heaven, I'm talking about peace, and I'm talking about prosperity, and I'm talking about happiness for people. I'm talking about dreams being fulfilled by whatever means for the people. This, my friends, without lying, without cheating, without stealing, without killing, without terrorism, and without war. So what I propose to you, ladies and gentlemen, in bringing a little bit to start of this heaven to the United States of America, is that here in the state of Minnesota, that you people who got some love in your heart, who got some compassion in your heart, who care not only for yourselves, but others as well. Now, this doesn't mean you in the past have cared about everybody. You haven't. And it has gotten us right where we are today. So I'm telling you, you're going to have to start caring about everybody, or you going straight down, down, down. And I'm saying this to you because I'm asking you to write me in as the next senator from the state of Minnesota. Now, I say write me in because I'm not running as a Republican. You see what has happened to the Republican Party. I'm not asking you to write me in as a Democrat because you see that the Democrats have nothing else to offer. Sure, they seem to be good today, but good is not good enough. You need some love. You need some God. You need some heaven. And what I propose to the Minnesotans is this, that every Minnesotan that is capable have a career of their own choosing, a job of your own choosing. Got a plan to produce that. We'll share it with you later. Every Minnesotan got a job. Aside from that, you have shelter, housing. Now, as we take this, because everybody needs housing, you just got to have somewhere to stay. But in this career process, I want you to know that education is available to every last one of the people in Minnesota. Unlimited and unrestricted education to prepare you to be the best that you can be in whatever career you have chosen. That's my proposal to the people of the state of Minnesota. Now, we understand that you might get sick sometimes, and nobody want to be sick. And if you get sick, you definitely want some treatment. You definitely want some health care. You definitely want some dental care. You definitely want all of that. And you are entitled to all of that. As a birthright, you are entitled to every last inch of that stuff. And so this is what I propose to you, the citizens of the state of Minnesota. And that not only you have your needs being met, but you have access to all of the extras that come along in this process. Now, that might sound crazy to you, and I'm going to explain to you what I'm talking about. What I am trying to say to you is that this is what the citizens of the state of Minnesota deserve. But I'm not thinking naively that you're stupid enough to think just because I said this, I'm not Trump, that it's going to happen just like that. It's not. That's just the beginning of a process. Now, what I am proposing to you that you consider very seriously sending me to Washington as a write-in to carry the same conversation to the Senate, to the House of Representatives, to the legislative body in Washington, D.C., but not just to them, but to use that as a bully pulpit to speak to every citizen in the United States of America. about the same things that I've just shared with you. About the same thing that I've just shared with you. What I've talked about for the citizens of the state of Minnesota, I'm speaking this for the citizens of every state in the union. Every state in the union. No unemployment walking around here. People have nothing to do, but people got things to do. People actually have things to do. And it's not just anything. It's not just, I got this job. It's a job of your choice. Now, what happens here, ladies and gentlemen? What you're going to have is somebody choosing a job in all of the different industries and all of the different things that's happening today. And what it really does, it creates what? All of the goods, all of the services that have been revealed to you here in America that you need, that you want, you desire. You are already making them, but now we are going to bring a little heaven. And this heaven means making sure that everybody have access to these things. Now, how can you have access to these things? We live in a capitalistic society. How can everybody have access to all of the things that we say we want and what we need? Well, we have to get rid of a capitalistic way. We have to bring a little heavenly way. And heaven's way is this. I want you to recognize, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to think for a second. Use your brain. Who made the earth? Did any of us have anything to do with making the earth? With making the trees and all of the minerals and resources in the earth and all that might be on the earth or above the earth? Did any human being have anything in the creative process of that? I know you will tell the truth and say no. Even the haters will agree that that was done by some other power. They might not want to call it God, but I do. And it's here. Now, the gifts and talents and the ideas that you as an individual have, did you come up with that? You might think you did, but just like you got everything that's in your body, that makes your body, you also got something else, a brain, a heart, a mind that's been generated towards a particular type of career. I want to say career. A particular purpose for being here. That is the only career that you could ever have that would give you your greatest joy. It's bigger and better than a paycheck. You just love doing it, every last one of you. You don't have to be a basketball player to love your job, a sports athlete to love your job. Teachers, ditch diggers, administrators, everybody have a desire to do something. And when you get a chance to do that, which this heavenliness will allow you to do, you will do it. Now, you know, in today's society, when you start a company and you want to grow big and stuff like that, you get people to invest, buy stock and shares. And by so doing, as this company or business profits, they get kickbacks, they get shares, they get residuals back. They get part of the benefit. They get part of the profit. But that's nothing compared to the heavenly way. The heavenly way is that because you played a part in the creative process of everything that exists by man's hand. Sure, you didn't paint the walls, you didn't create the paint, you didn't dig the ditch, but you did something that's relevant and is essential in the finished product of all things that exist. And by doing that, my friends, you got a signature to all creation that man has done, a fingerprint. What that basically means is that you got a cut in all existence. Every last one of you, listen to me good, black, white, men, women, children, old folk, young folk, immigrants, whoever you are here. You have played a part in the creative process. Your fingerprint is on it. Everything on this America, you got some ownership in it. And what you own, you don't buy. You go and access it as you want it, as you need it, as you desire it. And you don't need money. You don't need the Federal Reserve. You don't need taxation. You don't need anything associated with money, because now you're not working for money. You're working for heaven. You're working so that in America, the United States of America, heaven exists. And what does heaven mean? It means that your dreams are coming true. And it is not being made by somebody coming out of the clouds. Oh, yes, it comes from God, but it is in you. And by you doing what you love doing, and you only love doing because it was made for you to love, and now you have accepted the way that it is intended to be, now you are doing God's work. You become God of the earth. All of you put together, not you as an individual, but all of you put together become God of the earth, and you create. And you're not building a Tower of Babel. You're building peace and love and prosperity right here in the United States of America. That's why I'm saying, I think I might have gone out there a little bit explaining that, but not only when I say I'm explaining it to Congress and to the people of the United States, I'm doing that so you can make me president of the United States in 2020. And you don't have to worry about the lies that Donald Trump been talking. You don't have to worry about the haters, because we're gonna change them from hating and make them lovers and dreamers and excited people, because now their dreams are going to come true as well. You are going to play the part in that. Now we have something to offer. We're not just talking against Trump. We're not just talking against his lies. We are offering something I guarantee you could never come out of his mouth. See, he tried to talk like that, but he wanted to give it to a few people. The few people that will support his lies, that will help him to be a dictator. We're going to get rid of that dictator stuff, and we're going to become lovers one unto the other. Brothers keeper. We're going to do unto others as we'd have others to do unto us. And we're going to have all of you people, even the evangelicals who've been supporting Trump, are going to drop him, because they know what I'm telling you is the absolute truth. It is God defined, and they cannot deny it in any other kind of way. And to step back from it an inch, let them know that they do not know the God of love. And I truly believe that they do know God. If they don't know God, they want to know God. They just haven't had the figure of this proposal and this spirit that is happening right now to do it to them. And what is this going to do, ladies and gentlemen? This is not going to allow a dictator state. This is going to create a heavenly state. And all the dictator states around the world, and all of those who are wondering what we're going to do, all of those who are saying, who are we going to turn to? They're going to look up, and they're going to see the bright light of the United States of America shining for the whole world to see. Gladly, not bullying, not threatening, but lovingly, and saying this is the work of those who love and understand one another. And if you want some of this, we can show you how. We'll show you how to love. And we won't just share with you the words and all of the ideas we put into it. We will share with you our hands, because we need this extra space and extra attention to let our gifts glow, let us grow and have more joy. We are willing and ready to aid you to become just as wonderful as the United States of America. And we don't have to compete. We don't have to talk about war. We don't have to terrorize one another. We don't have to do any of that stuff that the evilness of humanity has led us to believe at this date. I'm talking to you, ladies and gentlemen, starting here in the state of Minnesota, taking its message to Washington, D.C., and spreading it all across the globe. Now, I'm telling you, that's a fine, fine proposal. But I want you to know, right now it's just a proposal. But it is real if you say, that's what I want, and mean it by giving it everything you got to make sure that you can smile, not just for the moment, but for the rest of your eternal life in these bodies, during these times. That's what I offer to you, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you to know that the choice is yours. What I said can be made true only by you. If you turn your back on it, I promise you, you ain't seen nothing yet like what Trump and others like Trump have for you. So until next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying, bye-bye.